and they've been happy, and they're a team, and it's amazing. So they're definitely on T's team of experts when it comes to relationships. Okay, so listen up because they know what they're talking about.
Like, I watch, your husband come home, and you are still this sweet, upbeat, like, hi, honey, how's your day? That most people only have, like, in the honeymoon stage, you know what I mean? You guys have married, what, 13 years? Mm-hmm. and you're still just so in love, and you're such a team.
I've got these two whose story is amazing. Easier that you don't get more expert than this because they've been together for a very long time.
We were childhood friends, overcame many obstacles to find our way back to each other. It wasn't always easy, but so worth it in the end. How many years have you been together? How many years have you been married? They've been together 14 years, married for 13 years.
52.
52 years of being married. How many years have you been together?
58.
What grade were you in when you first started dating?
I was in the 7th and he was in the 8th.
And that's when the sparks started flying?
That's when they did.
3 most important elements to contribute to having a healthy relationship. Listen and truly hear the other person, being honest with one another and share your feelings, and trust. Communication, loyalty, honesty, and you gotta have fun and laugh.
What would you say are 3 things not to ever do in a relationship?
Don't lie.
Well, I think we agreed when we first got married not to go to bed angry. Sometimes the nights got kind of long.
She got over it.
I think you have to keep a sense of humor. It's not good enough not to intend to hurt someone. You have to intend not to hurt someone.
It's profound.
You have to intend to not hurt them.
And it's like kids who spill something. This is why I told you not to put this on the edge of the table. And, well, I didn't mean to. Well, yeah, of course you didn't mean to, but you weren't careful enough not to. What I mean by that is you need to try not to hurt me. Not just, well, that wasn't my intention. Well, that's hell is full of people with good intentions.
That didn't intend to get there.
Yeah.
And don't push buttons. There are buttons that if I go there, you're going to hurt your spouse to the core. And so we just did not.
Tony once said, never say something that you don't want repeated because you can't take it back. She taught me that. That's the only thing I learned from her, but I got a thou shall, and that would mean you need to go to church together. You need to raise your children in church. You need to practice what is preached and not be a hypocrite.
What do you mean by don't be a hypocrite?
Say one thing and do another. Do as I say and not as I do. Mm-hmm. Family first.
Well, they say a family that prays together stays together. So I think that kind of goes along with it.
I just came from church, by the
way. Never think you can change someone. Don't put your private affairs on social media or ask advice from others. Take it to each other. Never compare them. You might talk to some siblings or friends and hear all the amazing things their loved ones did for them or do for them. The worst thing is to start thinking how your spouse doesn't do that. Don't dwell on their weaknesses. Dwell on the strengths. Don't lie or cheat. Don't say or do something to hurt the other or that you wouldn't like done to you. Don't hold things in and let them fester. And don't let anyone get between the two of you. All right, 3 most important traits to look for in a mate. The person makes you a better person. Physical attraction and affection. Openness. Undefended and willing to be vulnerable. A sense of humor. You need to be able to have someone who laughs with you. Someone who is not self-centered. Someone you can be yourself with. It makes you a better and happier person. Honest and loyal, and can make you laugh even through the hard times.
Do you divide jobs, as in this is your job, this is my job, for chores around the house, or do you chip in and you just kind of all both do everything?
Tony does it all.
But again, when we got married, we pretty much agreed Mike would go out and earn a living to the very best of his ability, and I would stay home and take care of the house and the kids to the very best of my ability. It wasn't you go to work all day and take care of that and then come home and take part of the house duties too. If I had worked, it might have been a little different, but I got to stay home.
We both chip in and learned that if the other one isn't doing what I asked them to do, it's probably because I didn't ask them to do it. They cannot read our minds. Right now, I'd have to say we probably just divide and conquer. We get things done the best we can and just kind of see what's lacking and pick up and go from there.
What would you say your apologizing style is? Do you talk about it? Do you write a note? Do you buy flowers?
We just say we're sorry, and we don't talk about it.
You don't talk about it.
Nope. We usually just let it drop. I'm sorry for
But we don't have serious disagreements.
XYZ.
Yeah. And I like how, because at first, we just said we're sorry and done. I'm glad you then added, I'm sorry for doing this, because I think, what is it you're sorry for? And there comes a time where you just have to say, okay, I forgive you, let's move on. It's not worth a big fight.
I think the saying, would you want to be happy or do you want to be right? is kind of where I went.
Let it be known that we've been married 52 years. And for the first 25 years, I thought I was boss. Then it dawned on me I was never the boss, and I'm still not today.
And that's his story.
I was going to say, that's true.
She doesn't get offended easily, thank goodness.
Do it. Don't let too much time pass before talking about it. Use the I statements. We've gotten a lot better at this. Just say I'm sorry pretty much right away, whether it be a text or next time we see him. And, I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sure it made you feel this way, and that wasn't my intent, and I'm sorry. And then usually it follows up with I love you. How about we do this to kind of make up for it?
How do you balance out work, family, time, just you two time, and then your personal time?
I don't think we do balance them. I think they just happen.
Yeah, I think it's not a conscious effort. It's just not a conscious effort. This is me time. This is family time. We took usually one night a week and had what we call family home evening.
If you love someone and you keep that relationship fresh, I don't think it's an issue.
Okay, I love that. How do you keep it fresh?
Laugh.
Yes. Yes.
And laugh at what?
Not each other. No. You don't laugh at each other. You laugh at circumstances.
She laughs at me, though.
Life will put you in circumstances, and if you don't keep a sense of humor about it, your attitude can go south really quickly, and if you let your attitude go south, your marriage will go south with it.
That's a great question. Kind of a loaded question. Oh my. The thing I've learned to do is I say no a lot. Meaning, I've been practicing this actually. When I'm asked to do certain things, and I know, like, if I say yes to this, that means I'm saying no to something else, and that something else is probably going to be my family. And so I really pick and choose. I pray about things to see what's the best thing that my path needs to go. So just by saying no, I'm saying yes to my family.
Right.
There are some things that I do say yes to because I know it's something that I need personally. So it just kind of depends on what it is. So that by saying no, I'm also freeing up more time to be able to do the things I do with my family. So my husband and I, we go on a date. We try to do at least once a week to go on a date. And someone told us once that the money you spend on a date, like a date night once a week, is worth it versus spending money on a therapist, like because you're trying to fix things. Now, I think like seeing a therapist relationship therapist is great. Like, I think all spouses, all couples could totally benefit from that. But if you're going to go see one because you guys are about to be divorced, that's a different story.
Right.
And so we really focus trying to have that one-on-one time once a week with each other that has no kid interruptions, and where we can really talk about like our aspirations and goals, and and sometimes our dates have been going to Walmart and getting groceries because I didn't make it during the whole week. It doesn't have to be these like extravagant dates or even dinner and a movie. One time we couldn't get a babysitter, and so my husband went and got our takeout, and we put a movie on for our kids, and we went in the backyard and had our dinner by the fire pit. Like, that was our date. So, or we go for a walk around the lake. It's like passes to like the museum. So we'll go to the museum, and then I'll let them, they all have to decide on a place, and we'll go out to dinner or something. Or we do crafts. We do lots of crafts. Or we do mom date, we're going to learn how to make bread. Or, just little things like that. Yeah. Or their least favorite is mom date, we're going to learn how to clean the bathroom the right way. But then we always...
That'd be their favorite.
I know. But then we always end in something fun. So, that's just what works for me. So that's how I balance, I think, that relationship with my husband, my children, myself. I balance myself by getting that fitness in. For me, it's in the early morning before anybody's even awake. Another thing for my self-care help, I'll read a book. Right now I'm reading Wonder, which is excellent. Recommend that book. I also wanted to kind of develop my own talents. And so I wouldn't say that I'm a talented painter, but I enjoy painting. So I bought canvases and my paints, my brushes, and I would set it up so when she would take a nap, I would actually watch a YouTube video step by step on how to paint. And I've painted several pictures, and I actually put them up in my house.
Figure out what works best for you and stick to it. Use a schedule. I run in the AM before anyone wakes up, have date nights, and family time. Once scheduled, stick to it. To be honest, this is an area we could probably do better in. We both are very driven by work, and I think we both would agree that our kids, our relationship, and even ourselves have kind of suffered. So this is actually something we need to kind of work on ourselves. So I guess it's not an area of expertise for us. I think we would all say that our partner is a high priority, but how do you show your partner that they're one of your highest priorities?
Like I said, I was struck by his wisdom. I like that he always kept his word. And I knew that the kids and I were first.
I remember Dad not missing a single Halloween, not a single skating event, or for even my stupid choir band programs that are just not fun to sit and watch through. There you were. You were still there supportive.
Always kept his word.
Mom never missed anything because she was, stay-at-home mom, and that was just, she took me everywhere, so she was always there. But Dad didn't miss anything, and you were gone all the time for work, out of town.
It was, if he said he was going to be there, he was going to be there, and if not, you better call the hospitals because he's probably in the ditch someplace. Which we go back to character and integrity and those old-fashioned things that are not politically correct anymore, but they're important. I think you have to stay engaged with the other one's life. Mm-hmm. Like, I would try to stay engaged with what was going on with him at work, how was your day, blah, 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 blah.
Let me tell a story about me going to work. Everybody goes to work and they have friends and foes. Now I come home and complain about this or that or this or that. And we went to a Christmas party where everybody's there, and she wouldn't speak to my foes.
We're a team, you see.
When one of you was down, the other one picked up the slack.
Always.
And when the other one went down, you pick up the slack. It's always been a relationship in where it's back and forth. Who was the one who needed to give a little more? Who needed to give a little more the next day? I feel like that's kind of a lost thing now too. I feel like, I've done this for you, so you should do this for me. And it's like tit for tat. It's like people are keeping score.
Rephrasing here. Learn your partner's love language. Is it words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, or physical touch. Then use those on your partner so they feel it the way they need to. Check out the book, The 5 Love Languages, and take the quiz online and learn what you and your partner's love language are. It could really help enrich your relationship and know how to make the other one feel your love in a better way. We're both pretty busy. We keep in contact throughout the day. We try to remember the other one is busy and not to jump to worst case scenario or get upset if they haven't heard from the other one in a while. If it's been too long, we always make sure to be like, okay, we are making time for the other one.
How important is that balance in your relationship? It's pretty important. You have to make time for the things and the people that you love most. Again, we aren't that great with the balance of family, relationship, work, and ourselves. I do think that both of us would like to find a way to make it more of a priority with our busy schedules to put family first. Okay, all couples have them, disagreements. Do you divide up and cool down, or do you stay and fix it now and then move forward? For them, being the Evansons, they like to let things cool down. They feel they can always say how they're feeling after some time they think about it. Start off the conversation with I statements. I feel this way because... he definitely needs time to go cool off and get busy tinkering with something and kind of cool off and think things through. I think I want to settle things right away, but I really do better when I have some time to kind of cool off and see things more objectively and less emotional. Moment of truth. What has been done to make the other feel like they were not a priority?
Menopause. Tony went through menopause, and that was 100% on my side. 50-50, I don't even know what that means.
Because it'll change during the day. It will change. Not just from day to day or week to week. Sometimes during the day, those percents will change. You just have to come to that marriage table. This is what it is, and it's going to work, and we're going to make it work. And I don't think either one of us ever thought, well, I'm just going to walk away from this and let it fall.
I went into my male menopause when I bought a Corvette.
And brought it home without his wife knowing that we are now the proud owners of a Corvette. And I was expecting you. So I don't know how many people have tried driving a Corvette with a standard transmission, 8 months pregnant. But I, as short as I am, could not get close enough, hardly, to get the clutch clear to the floor and still have the steering wheel be an issue.
It was not a standard transmission. It was a 4-speed, 427 horsepower Corvette.
Ignoring the other person, or simply just like letting too much time go by without contact or seeing the other, or letting other people squeeze between us. Opposites attract, or like attracts like. Emerson said, we are opposite in a lot of areas, but also alike in some too. We're opposite in a lot of ways. Country boy, city girl, religions, football teams. We're also a lot alike, though, mostly when it comes to morals, raising kids, music, and having fun together. And we both want the other one to be happy. Words of wisdom for success. Have shared values. Have patience with each other. It's more than finding the right person. It's more being the right person.
Okay.
Be honest, you're true, you're faithful. You practice what you preach. You go to church and do what you worship to do. And marry somebody you like. You gotta like them.
So physical attraction is important, but there's so much more than that.
If they don't treat you good when you're dating, you'll never get any better than that with them. If you've got a mate, a prospective mate, that has quirks that you don't like, beware. Because you can't change anyone. They can, but you cannot.
I would say don't let anyone or anything come between you, period. It just has to be that way. Because that other person or that other thing is going to come and go. You went into this marriage to last for 60, 70, 80 years. Don't let a passing anything, stop that. Like I said, be it another person, be it an event, whatever. This is the person you owe that loyalty to, is the person that you're married to or that you're serious about or whatever. And then the question of another person entering that relationship will not be a question because you know this is the important connection. So keep it that way. You will be a pair. Your children come and your children leave and they have their children and their life. This is the relationship that will be going on long after the kids and the grandkids are gone and setting up their own household. So don't let anything come between that. Part of marriage is getting rid of your pride and your focus of self and consider the focus of the two of you. Your focus, yeah, once in a while, fine. But the focus has to be the two of you and the relationship, not me, I need this, I want that. And I'm not talking physical things. My need is this and my need is that, and you're not fulfilling this for me. Then maybe you need to be thinking about the two of you and what are you doing for her? Are you fulfilling that need? Are you trying to plug that hole? What are you doing to fix that relationship? That the enmity has to go.
Guys, it doesn't get any better than this. They just have such an amazing relationship, and we've had a great family. How do you keep it fresh?
On camera?
Yes. Do you talk about it? Do you write a note? Do you buy flowers? Do you what's your work with me, guys?
Then you need a shower or dry shampoo. I love my
Dry shampoo. It's the best thing ever.
best thing ever. I don't know who invented it, but kudos.
Are we started again?
Yes,
What
I'm started
happened?
again. Sorry.
Okay. So back to my kids. So
Not one word.
So I know when to shut up.
Sometimes.
You don't believe this is our show.
No, this is my show.
Sorry, I was fixing this tie.